Hello and good morning, welcome to Monday, and welcome to the start of another weekly vlog. Today is kind of a little bit of a deja vu day because I have to go back to the hospital to get pre-op blood work done again for my surgery tomorrow. If you did not see last week's video, I was supposed to have surgery last Wednesday. It didn't happen. I had breathing issues. So we've spoken to the anesthesiologist team this morning about my different options, and they're going to use a slightly different technique to place the breathing tube. They did say I'd be conscious for the placement, but most people don't remember it. Now, I've heard that before. Most people don't remember this, and the fact that I remember that might tell you something. Usually I do remember things that I'm not supposed to. So I'm a little bit nervous, but at this point I'm just willing to do whatever it takes, and who knows, maybe I won't remember it. And we did speak to the same anesthesiologist who worked on me last week, and I would like to retract my statement of calling him snarky. I feel bad about that, but I think I was just like panicking last week, and he was busy and I had questions and he didn't have time. Yesterday I was kind of feeling like, oh, I don't think I want him to be on my surgery, but I totally feel comfortable now. So all I have left to do for preparation for the surgery is the pre-op blood work, because apparently you always need to have your blood type and screen done the day before surgery, no matter what, even if you had it last week. I don't understand how my blood type could have changed or any of the proteins in my blood in the last week, but I understand that they want to be cautious, and I appreciate that. So, welcome to pre-op week 2. And yeah, my voice is still kind of funny. I still have a lot of throat pain. Everything's irritated from them poking around in there. Luckily my lungs, even though they're kind of sensitive right now, my asthma is very sensitive, they're pretty clear, so they're not junky anymore, and I'm not worried about going into a surgery like this. And I haven't really had any bleeding in the last day and a half, so. Alright, well, I should get going. I think I'm going to stop at my friend's house on the way. She wants to check out my knee brace, because this knee brace is kind of an unusual situation, but it's worked really well for us. So maybe it'll work for her too. Oh, and look, okay, everyone is such enablers of my obsessions. My friend got me this little shirt that says love, and it's got a little elephant on it. Do you think they know me? Do I even own an article of clothing anymore without elephants on it? Probably not. Oh, and I know in last week's video I told you guys that the nerve block that they did during my knot surgery had worn off, and I kind of take that back. I made it a few days without really wearing the sling. Now I am doing the shoulder immobilizer portion. See if I can't get away with using my arm. But yeah, that nerve block ended up working better and longer than I had expected it to.
In all those years, I never saw you do this. Meet a girl here with champagne.
Never did it before.
You never had to.
Hi guys, it is, what day is it? Monday night? I didn't do a whole lot of vlogging today. We've mostly just been hanging out, and we watched Sabrina, which was really cool. I had only ever seen the Audrey Hepburn version of that movie. I really like Audrey Hepburn, but I have to say I think I liked this version of the movie a little bit better. I don't know, it was really different, but it was good. And I've been doing a lot of crocheting. Here, let me show you some of my little projects I've been working on. You guys will be so proud of me. I finally followed a pattern. I usually just come up with my own designs based on some of the stitches that I've learned, but this time I was able to actually stick to a pattern, and I made this really cool little shawl. And so it's a big triangle, which it's really nice, and so you can wear it like this, but you can also wear it as a scarf with the point in the front, and the tassels kind of wrap around. I'll have to show you another day. I'll have to try to style it, but it was really difficult at first because the pattern wasn't in English. I could only find it in Russian, so I was just going off pictures. but I really got the hang of it, and it turned out really cute. Of course, it's always the same yarn that I use. I love these colors, so I'll probably get a lot of wear out of this. And then I've been working on these leg warmers. Now, if you are the really sweet ballerina who messaged me and asked if I could do leg warmers, please send me another message, because I've been looking all day and I can't really find the original message. Mostly it's just been buried in all of the surgery stuff, but I've been working on designing a pattern that I like, and I think I've just about got it. These fit really well. So if that was you, send me another message. I'm very sorry. I'm working on your stuff, and I got some leg warmers out of it. This color is like honestly so awful, but I think maybe if it's styled right, it could be cute. I don't know. So that's mostly what I have been up to today. And my friend Alexa braided my hair again for surgery, which was really nice of her. She did it last time too. She is like totally the French braid queen, because she has a horse that she shows, and so she learned to braid on horses, so she's really good at braiding. So surgery in the morning, hopefully this time it goes through and I'm able to just start my recovery process. Okay, well, good night you guys. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. It is the morning of surgery. I'm having total deja vu moments to last week. Hopefully this time goes a little bit smoother. I'm just a tad bit worried because I feel like my lungs and my throat are still a little bit fragile, but I'm sure it'll be okay. I mean, might as well get it over with now instead of waiting until it heals and then just destroying my throat again. Ow. Oh, this is not gonna be a fun day. Mostly I just feel kind of numb and indifferent, but I'm a little bit nervous about the intubation situation, just because it is literally my worst nightmare to be intubated while I'm conscious. I have that nightmare all the time. It is not something that I want to do. I guess the bright point about confronting your worst nightmare is that once you've conquered it, nothing can ever compare to it. The worst has already happened. What can life throw at you? Now I'm just rambling because I don't really want to get up and put on all the braces again. Anyway, I will see you guys when I get to the hospital. Okay, so you're technically not really supposed to film in post-op, but I survived. So I feel like that was worth commemorating. Some of the worst pain, honestly, is just when I had to drive the screws into my skull to hold me still. And then in my nose and sinuses where they ended up threading the breathing tube. Besides that, I'm totally good. I pretty much refused all of my pain medications. I don't know how long that'll last, but they offered me like fentanyl and then ketamine on top of that, and I've never had ketamine and I really don't want to. So, and Dilaudid, and I was like, can I have Tylenol? Hello guys, it is, well, the morning. I'm not sure which morning. It's the morning after surgery. To me, it's still the night of surgery. I'm all settled in up in my room now. Got all the fancy gadgets going. Got those little leg things going for blood clots. And I've been doing my pulmonary treatments for my lungs. And just resting. They have me on this fancy little morphine pump, which I almost never press because every time I press it, I feel really sick and then it puts me to sleep. But sometimes you just need a little break, I guess. I was hoping that I could get out tomorrow, but I didn't really realize how big of a surgery I just had. Our plan was to go in basically and to tighten up a screw in one of the levels of my neck and then maybe add a little bit more plating or bone to help strengthen the fusion there. And what he ended up doing was pretty much having to refuse and reconnect and reimagine the hardware all the way down to my T5 vertebra which is really your mid-back waist area. So that was surprising to wake up to. But he said the surgery was like a 10 out of 10 surgery. Like, it went so smoothly. It could not have gone better. And I mean, of course, I had been just so worried about the intubation. I hadn't really thought too much on what I might come out with. And so with the intubation, they were so nice. I was so scared. And so I learned for all intents and purposes, I was going to be conscious while they were placing the tube, but that I would not be forming memories. So I would be talking to them and responding, but I would not remember it. And they're right, I didn't. I ended up having actually a different anesthesiologist do the procedure along with her nurse anesthetist. Try saying that one. And they were really sweet, and I trusted them a little bit more, to be honest. I don't know, maybe it's a woman thing, but as soon as she walked in, I felt a little bit more calm. We spent so much time this morning trying to figure out the best way to do it. They're like, oh yeah, well, we usually numb the throat with lidocaine. And I was like, well, I'm allergic to lidocaine. Is there a different medication we can use? And they said there's actually not, which is surprising because I know a lot of us have lidocaine issues. It either doesn't work or it triggers our mast cells. But hey, so we didn't use the lidocaine. And then they were going to spray my throat with something. And I'm not sure if they even did that. But what they actually did was they intubated up through my nose. So they went up through my nose and into my chest. And once that was done, that's when they put me to sleep. That is what I failed to understand about last week's encounter with the anesthesiologist. And he really wasn't really forthcoming with any of that information last week. He was talking about the intubation really as a separate process from the surgery. So, like, when we were talking about doing it conscious and, you know, what happens if I stop breathing? Okay, we wake you up. He was talking about the breathing tube placement part of the surgical journey, basically. And so that made a whole lot more sense, because who could ever, you know, be awake for that many hours during a spinal surgery? It's just crazy. Everything went super smoothly. I woke up in the recovery area and demanded my mother, as always. I'm always I'm a good patient, but as soon as I hit recovery, I'm demanding my mother, and I'm going to continue to demand her until somebody finds her. This time I actually got a surprise, and my mom and the sweet woman that we're staying with were able to come back and hold my hands and talk to me, and we called my sister, and all just celebrated a successful surgery and a wonderful recovery to come. It's going to be a lot more of a recovery than I thought it was going to be. It could be one of my most challenging recoveries and one of my most painful. So that's going to be interesting, especially with the knee coming up. I'm not quite sure where everything stands with that, but it's got to get done sometime. You know, I thought I was going in for a screw change, and well, it sounds like I got a lot of screws changed. I'm just rambling on and on. My mom wants to go to bed, and I insisted on vlogging because I was gonna forget everything I said as soon as I took the morphine. So yeah, so right now I'm on morphine and Ativan for management of pain and spasms, as well as all of my normal medications. And I think I can have Tylenol if I asked for it, but I don't. I don't really like the morphine at all. It makes me feel sick, like I said, but I do take it to help me sleep. It does help me sleep. There was another med mix up, and I didn't get my night meds tonight, so I wasn't super happy about that. And then we had a few incidents. It was like you had to get the doctor to order the feeding tube and pump when you're in the hospital, so we did that, and I went to hook up to it, and I pulled back, and my stomach was just filled with disgusting blood clots, and it was nasty. And speaking of that, the whole sides of my head are torn up where they placed me in the screws to hold my head perfectly still when I'm upside down. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 screw holes on the side, and good amount on that side, and it's just my hair is caked in blood. It's disgusting. Being in a hospital is weird and gross, and I can't wait to bust out. But for now, I'm taking it easy. I'm resting. I'm gonna try to sleep, and I'm gonna keep on breathing. Good night, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi guys, it is Wednesday today, and it's also Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I have this lovely little balloon and card here that were delivered to me by my friend, which was really, really thoughtful. I especially really love the balloon as it reminds me of I Love Lucy, one of my favorite shows. So that was really sweet of them. And let's see what else happened today. I walked today.
So super show off overachiever today.
Oh, look who it is.
Darn, I can't turn it.
She's such a ham.
Turn right again. Turn right.
Yeah, as soon as I got up and the physical therapy team came, we walked all around the halls. I said I could be discharged just as soon as my catheter comes out, as soon as I can get rid of my disgusting little drain that drains all the nastiness out of my body. So I'm definitely feeling ready to get out of here and go home. Get really bored in hospitals, and I didn't really bring very much to do. So I'm just kind of journaling and taking it easy. Happy Valentine's Day from us in the hospital. Happy Valentine's Day, Mom.
Happy Valentine's Day, my darling.
I love you today and every day.
I love you.
We managed to find like a nice chick flick on the hospital TV. I don't think we've ever turned the hospital TV on before, but it's not super bad. I mean, it's bad, so it's good. Still trying to clean the extra blood out of my hair, which I think made us be a lost cause at this point. "24/7 beeping."
I'm Annabeth Morgan. This is my husband Keith. We have 3 kids, and we are looking for a new house. Got us buying a new house.
Maybe a nice tree house.
We're done. The family and I have had a blast, but now it's back to work. We're gonna go show them.
Oh yeah, she's right.
Hi guys, it's, I want to say Friday.
Yeah.
Things have taken a bit of a turn towards the worse. I woke up today with a fever. I already wasn't feeling well yesterday because when we got up in the night to try to get me to the bathroom, I was in so much pain I ended up fainting on the toilet and throwing up, and thank God my mom was there because we pulled that like emergency cord like 7 times at least before someone showed up. My mom was physically holding all of my body weight and just waiting for them to come. It was crazy. I mean, you'd think that like someone needing emergency help in the bathroom would bring a few more people running. This whole thing is definitely really just kicking my butt. Just like going over in my head what could possibly be causing the fever. I'm really hoping I just caught like this cough and cold everyone has. Otherwise, it could be pneumonia, it could be an infection in the surgery site, it could be my port. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. I have to rest again. I honestly, this is the first time today I've been able to open my eyes. There's been like 50 people in and out of here doing stuff to me and I couldn't even move. Hey guys, guess what? We are busting up today. Didn't see that coming really as the day started out. Not so great, but starting to feel a lot better. They gave me some Tylenol to bring down my temperature. I think maybe I'm just having some dysautonomia issues, or B, I seem to have like a little bit of a cold. Everybody down here has this coughing thing, and I mean, I originally thought that all of my congestion and coughing was coming from the intubation issue I had last week because I wasn't feeling any symptoms before then. But I'm really starting to wonder now because my throat has pretty much healed. Like, it doesn't hurt anymore. And I still have this lingering deep cough, and just overall I just feel a little bit sick. So I'm gonna try to like stay away from everybody, but it seems like even the people at home have it. So we're trying desperately to quarantine ourselves from any of the other girls, especially the pre-op girls. I am excited to be leaving. I just don't feel like a hospital is very conducive to healing, to be honest. Especially for me, I feel like I'm just getting sicker as I lay here. Mostly, you know, I can't control any of the smells and the cleaning products, and I'm starting to get like hives and like itchy from the bedding and everything. It's just stupid, but like it's just not, it's not a healing environment. Let's just say that. And all I really want to do is sleep, and you don't sleep in a hospital. Every 10 minutes someone's waking you up to like take vitals or give you medicine or something. You don't get any sleep. So I think my mom and I are both excited to be heading home, where we will have more control over our environment. Another thing is medication. Yes, I air quoted that. The medications have been such an issue, trying to get them at the right times. It's impossible. It really is. And I understand why. There's a lot of patients, there's a lot of people who are sick. The worst, I think, has probably been that whenever you need a nebulizer, you have to have the whole like respiratory therapy team notified, and they have to come up and turn it on for you, which is really stupid. It's all about protocol. Hi guys, it is Saturday and I am back in my own bed at home. So I'm back in our friend's house in Maryland, and I'm very happy to be out of the hospital. Very, very, very happy. I've finally gotten a chance to get some rest, feeling a lot better. This surgery has been, well, it's probably been the most painful surgery I've ever been through. We came down here expecting just a minor surgery. We expected, okay, a screw broke or a rod came loose and he can replace that and then we can move on and we'll be done. Obviously that's not what happened. When I woke up, I found out that he got in there and realized that things were a bit more dire than we had originally anticipated, and he was going to have to be a bit more radical when it came to fixing it. He had to do a lot of extra instrumentation, so he had to add a lot more rods and screws and connectors and caps and bone, and more than I really know, understand, and can explain. Your spine has 4 areas: your cervical, which is your neck, your thoracic, which is your upper back down to the bottom of your ribs, and then your lumbar, which is obviously the lower part of your spine, and then your sacrum, which is your tailbone. And I've had surgery on all of those different areas and can say without a doubt that the most painful and difficult recovery is in the thoracic spine, particularly the upper thoracic spine, because it really involves the shoulder, the ribs, the diaphragm, the lungs. It's a totally different beast of a surgery than any of the cervical fusions or lumbar fusions that I've had in the past. So I've been in a lot of pain, and moving has been quite difficult, especially with my shoulders. The great thing is that shoulder pain that I was having through my left shoulder is completely gone. I'm so happy. I can feel my hands again, which is really awesome. And overall, we all agree that my spine looks great. We are really happy that the surgery ended up being what it was, and we just all believe that this is exactly what needed to happen, and we're really thankful that it did. That being said, it's still been really hard, not just because of the surgery being painful, but also because I've picked up an upper respiratory bug, I guess. Everyone down here has the cough. My surgeon's physician assistant, he's calling it the grunge, which I think is really funny, but I mean, everybody has it. All the doctors, all the nurses, all the patients, pretty much everyone in this house, except my friend Alexa, who is like quarantining herself from the rest of us because she has surgery in 4 days. I mean, everybody is coughing. So I've had to be doing a lot of airway clearance, which is really not fun when you just had your entire chest fused. Any movement of my lungs or my ribs at all is extremely painful. And then I'm basically doing all of these exercises to induce coughing because my chest is pretty junky, and the last thing we want is for it to turn into pneumonia. But it's just really, really, really not fun, and it's really bad timing. But I'm thankful I'm feeling better today than I have so far. I haven't had a fever yet today. I had a little bit of a fever last night, and I'm able to tolerate a little bit of liquid morphine through my G-tube, which helps to take some of the edge off of this pain, which is fantastic. And I'm home. I was like itching to get out of there. I just did not want to be in the hospital, did not want to have to be dealing with the nurses. The nurses are so nice, but unfortunately it's just like you cannot get the medications you need when you need them. That created a big problem. Basically, like anytime that I was having respiratory distress, they had to call in the respiratory team, and they took about 6 hours to get my nebulizing treatments to me, which is ridiculous. I was really, really suffering. We love our nurses. They've basically become our family, but it really just wasn't a good hospital experience this time. And we didn't want to keep me there any longer than necessary because, of course, there's a flu going around as well, and I do not want to catch that. So anyway, I've mostly just been resting because the medication kind of knocks me out. But when I'm not, I've been doing little bits of crocheting. My shoulders are still pretty sore, but I found as long as I keep my elbows pretty close to my body, I can use my hands pretty darn well. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, binge watching a lot of vlogs, and I just came across this girl's channel, and I just binge watched all of her videos. And her name is Megan, and she had her arm amputated when she was 14, and she just started out her YouTube channel. She tells a little bit about her story, and then she's been doing tutorials on how to do things with one hand. And I was like, perfect timing, Megan, because that is the exact video I need right now. I cannot do my hair right now. That involves lifting my arm too high. I can really only lift my left arm, which is kind of ironic since that was the one that was bothering me before. So I have to learn to do my hair with just my left arm. So I thought that I would try to follow Megan's tutorial and see if I have any luck with that.
In your one hand, like that's the hardest.
Okay, first of all, Megan, you are so stinking cute, and you have the most gorgeous silky hair. I'm kind of wondering if this is even gonna work for me because my hair has been in braids for the last like 5 days, and it's super tangled and full of blood.
That, or if you're already doing that.
Okay, she said the hardest part is
like
gathering
like they say, going
all
to
of
the
your
gym,
hair
steps
into
is
one
out the
hand.
door, putting your hair up. Hardest step is getting the hair in your hand. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how I do that. And
I feel like I have the advantage here because I have this wedge pillow behind me. Alright, so she's twisting it. Oh, shoot.
I think the longer the better. And it's real good if you have some split ends.
Wait, Megan.
Makes the end of your ponytail really skinny.
Okay. I don't know how to twist with one hand. Props to you. Okay, there we go. Wait a second. I think I'm twisting it. It is a very good thing I didn't start out with the makeup tutorial. Okay, so she kind of leans it up against her pillow at one point, or against the bed. Okay, there. Alright, I think I'm getting it. So she just puts it on her hand like this. Just puts it over the bun. but then somehow she holds the bun down and twists. Shoot. Okay. All right. I think I did it. Is it? Awesome. All right. Thanks, Megan. Hello, people, and welcome to my Sunday. I've pretty much just spent the entire day editing this video. It's surprisingly difficult and time-consuming to edit on opioids. I cannot stop falling asleep. Like, I've fallen asleep probably like 7 times trying to do this. And every time I start to get like another burst of energy, it's like time to take my next dose. So I apologize, this video isn't super fancy and I probably made like a million mistakes. It is the best work that I could do today. I'm actually feeling a little bit better today, despite the fact that I look like death warmed over. I feel like my lungs are clearing up a little bit, mostly because I've been working on it so much with one of those fancy little breathing thingies. Definitely make sure you take it home from the hospital with you, because breathing is important and you don't want pneumonia. If you haven't seen these before, these just kind of help you to clear out your lungs after surgery, which is a big concern of theirs. Basically, there's like a little ball here, and you want to keep it between the 2 arrows when you are breathing in. It really does help you to clear your lungs. I'll show you. Cute. I find it works best after I do my nebulizers or after I take a bath or a shower. I really wish I could take a bath right now, but I have too many dressings that I can't get wet. But that's okay. All will be over soon enough. I'll go to my checkup, get the okay. All will be well. I definitely cannot wait to wash my hair. Oh my goodness. It has like a mind of its own now. So anyway, if you guys liked this video, it'd be awesome if you gave it a thumbs up. It can take me a lot of work to put these together. And if you like videos sort of like this, hopefully not exactly like this, then you could subscribe and join our little family here. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.